There are a lot of schools in the city that weren't being catered to with the soccer program. I know that when I first started in the division, I actually coached the Mount Royal 11v11, and there were 4 players from Bedford who came over because they couldn't find a coach. So when I came over to Bedford, there was no team, and they didn't have the spring soccer. But then they decided, look, there's a lot of players on that side of the city who really, really want to get into the game. They really, really love the game. But all of them would be sucked into the football team, so we didn't have enough excess players to be able to get out on the pitch. So what 7v7 has done is allowed these schools, the smaller schools, and let's face it, mostly the West Side schools, to actually have a competitive soccer program.
The bigger schools have like a fall season, and that's all great and all, but they have tons more players than we do, and like these smaller schools are quite like vast in, I guess, like experiences and also like performance. So it is quite different, and I do like that our age group and our like division is a little separated from the bigger school.
I think it was a pretty good idea, whoever came up with it, because there's like people who can't like afford club soccer, or like I said, like smaller schools like this to be able to have the chance to play.
We used to play against Marion Graham and BJM in this league, and in the 8 years that I coached, I had exactly 1 player that was in the Astra Academy program. The starting lineup for Marion Graham was completely Astra players. So this actually provides the opportunity for those who don't normally get to participate in soccer, can't play club, all those sorts of things. This really gives them an opportunity to do it. For a lot of my players, they're familiar with indoor, but that's usually in a boarded area. So with this, it's like an indoor game with touch line. So they are sprinting all the time, quick movement to the ball. They don't have as much time on the ball as they normally would with an outdoor like 11v11. So it's the speed of the game that's really, really different.
It's more compact, so you have to have like better chemistry with your teammates, because when you have the 11v11, you have that space to dribble and stuff. But like I'm always checking my shoulder before I get the ball, right and after as well. So it is you always have to have that focus and like that 360-degree like vision of where your surroundings are.
I love to talk to the boys about the fact that there are 3 schools on Rusholme, and depending on how we finish at the end of the season, we decide who the Kings of Rusholme are. That kind of thing is just a nice little way to make the boys feel a little bit more connected to their school, a little bit more connected to their team, and building up those kind of rivalries and being able to have them and play them out on the field. That's a really, really fun aspect.
1, 2, 3, Jones on 3, 1, 2, 3, Jordan!
I remember when it was football season, they always had that big rivalry too. Everyone was always talking about it, so it's nice to have it in soccer too against them.
It's great. I mean, like in the smaller sports like badminton and stuff, we don't really go up against them as a whole team. So like it feels like we're going up against the entire school, which makes it more, I guess, nerve-wracking in a way, because like if we won this game, then we would have owned the road, which we always say.
I've coached this team for 7 years, and we've always strived to get to the top, but it's never really been a possibility. If we could do that this year, me personally, I'd be super excited, and I know that the boys would feel the same way.